ॐ नमो भगवते महासुदर्शनाय वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरये। अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वभयविनाशाय सर्वरोगनिवारणाय त्रैलोक्यपतये त्रैलोक्यनिधये। श्री महाविष्णुस्वरूप श्री धन्वन्तरि स्वरूप श्री 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 औषधचक्र नारायणाय स्वाहा।
Decay or get destroyed according to the present situation. We have to develop our own immunity and resistance with the virus living together with us. As we are seeing, there are mutations, the changes happening inside the structure and the reactions they make to our body, producing different kind of infections coming in. So let's plan well, as our state has come up with an excellent and fabulous advancement in arresting, in restricting. The conditions what we have acquired has to be put forward with the varied reactions what we will have to maintain. As now the restriction or regulation of COVID spread is done with, we have to follow a different kind of activity, giving care for various sterilizing method of washing our hands on and off now and then, wearing the mask without any delay, and we need to be confirmed that we are protected and we don't propagate. When we wear the mask and we use the sanitizer, when we use the sanitizer and we wash the hand, what we preserve is our immunity and resistance against the infection. We need to be harmless. Our own health should be maintained so that we live with the COVID along with our own activities. We need to be productive as our state and our country is demanding. We have been put down without work, at least for a period of time, while we learn to start work from home, which have been not more productive as we were moving around. So, to be precise, the habit of cleanliness, hygiene is of utmost importance. No compromise on it. We need to protect our immunity constantly through the day. We should be aware that we are prone, we are susceptible to the infectious carriers we may not be able to recognize. The care we give, the gain we get. The maximum extent we give the care, the best result we will get to avoid getting into infections. It's not only the COVID we can get a harmful situation. If we have any other kind of disease, the virus infection of COVID may have a limitation for us to get the medical health at the different hospitals. Previously we used to have, before this COVID infection has been around. To brief in, to put in a different way, before we had this COVID virus infection identified in our state and in our country, we could move around to any hospital for any other reason, for any other diseases. Wherein hereafter there would be limitations, because the COVID has come to such an extent and it will be growing, it will be again increasing. We have to be aware of that risk coming in. So our provisions of getting cured and cared at the hospitals we used to have, the previous setup will be limited. So be careful and be committed for the social distancing in a different manner altogether. We will maintain our internal health as well, provide a better health for whom we meet outside for any kind of activity. It is not that the virus will go, but we have to be healthy and get things done in more productive way. Basically, Ayurveda says the disease can be internal as well as external, wherein any viral bacterial infections can be from outside, which we are now facing. So once we acquire immunity of our internal atmosphere, we can defend, we can protect ourselves. So let me put very shortly how we can maintain our internal atmosphere of health. Breathe. Air is the most valuable factor which will help us to be resisting to the COVID or any kind of infection coming to us. So we have to see that we breathe in maximum fresh air at least early in the morning. As Ayurveda says, Brahma Muhurto Uttishte. Get up in the early morning and have the maximum oxygenated air through deep breaths. You have to relax yourself while taking in breath inside and exhale outside. The carbon dioxide filled oxygen inside and carbon dioxide going out. You have to practice a kind of stomach breathing. I will just in a 2 sentence how you will inhale and exhale without any kind of regulations of yoga, I can say. While you inhale, your stomach wall has to come out. Means you have to breathe in with your stomach, taking your stomach wall outside. And you have to breathe out by pushing the air from your lungs outside with the stomach wall. So 10 to 20 times every day in the morning, if you do the breathing, it is enhancing, it is strengthening our lungs, as well as we oxygenate our blood and purify, detoxify our blood with the impurities, whatever it is being getting into. The second thing is that the water we use should be continuous. What we are using right now, we should boil and use it. Ayurveda says during the monsoon in Kerala, we have to be careful because that is the usual season where we get more infectious. So be careful, active in maintaining our hygiene of water. First is air, second is water. Be strict with it. Don't use pipe water and water from outside. Have your own. Don't share it with anyone. So air and water are the basic things. Next come fresh food. We have been using the food kept in refrigerators, frozen food items were being cooked in. Stop it. Go for it. As the state says, start our own cultivation. The healthy vegetables will give us perfect health. So maximum fresh vegetables we have to use as it is cooked as well as it is raw. Mix it up with our internal flora or atmosphere of our gut, of our stomach is demanding both fresh vegetables as well as cooked ones. We have been habituated, we have been using cooked food, so no need to quit that, but add on more raw vegetables plus fruits. Don't depend on the fruits of what is coming from outside. Be around in our neighborhood. The jackfruit is the ideal thing even to fight cancer. So take it, ample quantity. All part of it is too good and tasty and delicious. Why not? Second, avoid the pickles, puppets, all those fried items. Just don't take it. It will harm your internal atmosphere of health. So don't depend on food items which are being preserved. The preservatives which are not natural will spoil, harm our health. So air, water, food. Next is, and the last one is the activities. As the season varies, we have to be careful about the extent and the limit what we can. We overexert ourselves, we become tired. So don't try to indulge in, as we have been slowed down with the social distancing. We were inside our home, restricted from our work, so that don't panic. Take your own stride. Be slow and steady wins the race. The health is with us, with the habits and the care we give. I will give you in detail. The medicines from Ayurveda, I need to specify which are good for improving your total health as well as lung capacity. I would name few of it. Agastya Rasayanam, Chavanaprasham, Haridakya Rasayanam, all stuff are too good to develop our immunity and resistance as well as our general health. Ashwagandha, which was being used as a herb for even treating cancer, improves your health, of course. But at this juncture of preventing infections, we need to be discriminative. We need to change our herb. Amrit, Tinosporia cordifolia is an ideal herb which is being identified. Licorice is most popular herb which is being used in even one. So, Iratimaduram. Licorice is the best drug remedy being suggested. You can rely on, depend on gargling as well as applying steam over your respiratory tract, nose and throat and mouth. Be regular on it. At least weekly thrice or 4 times you do the fermentation with the steam from the tulsi, dry ginger, little turmeric and 2 or 3 pepper, black pepper. Crushed it, boiled it in a glass of water or 2 glasses of water and apply the fermentation, the steam coming out of it with a glass of same thing, drinking every day. Gargle with the ginger juice is ideal than simple salt gargling. Other than this, Indukantam Kashayam and Vilvadi Guliga are expected developing your immunity for fighting against these kind of infections. So to conclude, let us be restricted to our habits in a hygienic way, and the medicines on and off regular we need to take it. Periodical cleansing of your stomach with purgatives, not laxatives. Purgatives are very good for you, specifically during the Ridusanti, like the change in season, like from summer to rainy season of monsoon. We can cleanse our stomach and develop our Agni, the digestive power, metabolic fire, to digest our food, whatever we take, and resist our body against the toxins coming in. Let us be healthy and develop our